Hi, welcome back. I'm Rajendra Kumar Yadav. I will teach you that how you can create a user in your MySQL, then how you can allow him to execute some specified command, or how to set up the privileges to that users. After that, we will revoke the existing privileges of an user, and at the end we will learn that how we can delete an existing user in the MySQL. So let us open the MySQL prompt using your command line tool. So here I am using my root user to log in. As in the Unix I am using sudo. Because of that it is asking for my password. So I have entered, and here I am using MariaDB, which is an open source implementation of our MySQL, which is well known and familiar to all. Now I am logged in as root user into the MariaDB. Now we will see that how we can create a user here. So grabbing the thing from help page is quite essential, and I believe quite helpful for all, because as an administrator or as a developer you may not aware, or you may not remember actually all the functions and commands that are exist. The better way for it is to use the help options of that specified software and languages. So here we are looking for create user. So type help in MySQL or in MariaDB prompt, and then the command which you want to learn from. So here help and then create user. Hit enter. As you are able to see that a long data has been displayed. So here this help section is for create user. There is nothing for description, but here is a syntax. Then for syntax, create user, then user specification. For user specification, here it has been mentioned your username or simply user, and then identified by for your password and with which plugin you want to authorize these things. You can also read this documentation if you want. So here is a simplified documentation, or you can say the command by which you can create a user named Jeffrey at your local host. We will also use somehow exactly same. So actually we're gonna begin here. Now type create user. I'm gonna create a user named demo. So create user demo, add your host name. So here in my case also it is localhost. It may be varied based upon your uses. So for me actually it is localhost. You can specify your own. Then identified by, and then password. So here I want to keep it password, and now hit enter. I hope identified by is wrong. Just a second. It IDEN TIFID, sorry, there was a misspell in identified. Now hit enter. As there is nothing to display. Actually here is the options. Just wait a second. I will change this color, though you will be able to see the thing. Wait a second. Yeah, so as you are able to see here, actually query is okay, 0 row is affected. So in the previous theme you wasn't able to see these things. Now your user has been created with the password actually. Now we will grant the privileges to this user for a specific database. So now we will create a database named demo, because we are just using it for the demo purpose. You can have any name. Now here one row is affected and query is okay. You can see the databases using saw databases command. So here is 3 to 4 databases which I has created, in which I gonna use demo database for our this demonstration. Now we will see that how we can grant the privileges to this user for our demo database. Now type help, then grant and hit enter. Okay. Now, as you are able to see here, command is grant and here is the syntax. So grant and then privilege type on, then object type or simply privilege label to the user, and required option for SSL certificate or OpenSSL and so. Here is the thing, object type may be a table, a function, a procedure. So like here you are able to see that object type you can replace it with any of these three. Then privilege label, it is for everything. Then here database and tables, it is a specific database along with table. There are all table actually in this database, and here is specific table, then simply table and routine names. So let us see into in the demo actually. So here I will run grant. I will allow only few privileges like create, delete, insert, select and update. I'm not allowing drop privilege to this user actually. As you are able to see here, you can specify the privilege that you want to specify. Now on, so I want to specify it on the demo database and at each table of it. Here is the way that I am preferring our database name and for all the table inside of this database. Hit enter. To whom means you are specifying these privileges to whom. So in our case it is demo user and it is at host, local host. Now you can add semicolon or you can have identified and its password and so. But for our case it is okay. Now you can hit enter, and as you are able to see here, there is no any error and your query has been executed successfully. Now flush the privileges. Sorry, there is some misspelling. Privileges. Okay. So as you are able to see, our privileges has been flushed, or all the existing caches from our temporary folders has been deleted, and now the previous as well as our new privileges has been added into the new cache. Now terminate it and simply try to log in our new user with our password. So as you are able to see, I am not using sudo now. I am simply using demo and then password of that user. It was simply password, as you are aware with that. So now you can see the databases here. Here must be two databases. One is our demo and another is information schema, which is default for all the databases or all the users actually. As in the at starting there was a number of databases actually it is exist, but you do not have permission to see all these, but you have only privilege to see these two databases, okay, and with some specific commands actually. Now let us create a simply use actually it first, and now create a table, and table name. So I want to create a demo itself. Now here is id, its type is int, it is primary key for the table, and it will be auto implemented. Now type name, its type is simply text, and it is not null. Now terminate it and hit enter. As you are able to see here, that query is executed and 0 row is affected because we are not inserting, actually we are creating something. Now as our database has been created, now we will try whether we have ability to drop this table or not. So by using drop table command, we will try to drop this demo table and see what happens. You are able to see that you do not have privilege or simply drop command to user demo at localhost for table demo is not allowed to perform the action. Now try to insert something in it. Insert into demo. This specify or simply values, because I'm gonna specify all the columns like demo1 and save it. So you were able to insert it. Now try to select the thing from here. Sorry, it is small. I hope that it is case sensitive. Yeah, that's fine. So here you are able to see that your data has been fetched and displayed. So all the way you are not able to perform your drop action for this database. Now if you want to check that what are the privileges that you have that you can perform, so you can use saw grants for user. You can say the demo at your host name and type the semicolon at the end and hit enter. As you are able to see here that you have users privilege, along with that the privileges that you have specified. You have ability to select, insert, update, delete, create on each table of demo database with the username demo at your host machine localhost. Now we will modify this actually, or we will revoke some of these privileges, like I will revoke for the select. So just quit it from your current user and once again try to log in as root. Use there is no necessity to use any database. So you can use actually revoke command to remove some privilege to a specific user. So you can see help for revoke. Here is the command and description. So simply revoke, then privilege type, then on which database, from which user, means executing the revoke command to remove the list of privileges on the specific object like table, function, or routine. Actually table, database, or routine actually. As we were said actually here, you can simply type here grant. Simply just a second, I'm also confused, so I want to clear it. Yeah, here table function and procedure. Yeah, sorry, I was actually saying it. Table function. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, now here privilege type and then on which table and from which user. So let us see. Here is revoke, revoke, revoke. Then I want to revoke select operation on. So in our case it is demo from each and every table and from our demo user. Actually it will throw an error because I hope it will throw an error. Now hit enter here. So it is likewise. And now hit enter. As you are able to see, the revoke process is executed. Now you can verify it by grants for demo at localhost. As you are able to see here, your select operation has been removed, but we will verify it by running our user demo. Yeah, it is password. Sorry, I was mistyped the password, because of that this error is happened. Use demo and now sort tables desc demo. Select command is denied. Select star from demo. Select command is denied means you do not have permission to execute this command. So you can specify the user that which command he can execute with the username. So as a developer, you probably using your root account, but I believe that that's not safe. If you will see it from administrative perspective, then surely will learn that what is the defect if you're using a database or a database server as a root. So now once again we will log in it with MySQL and we will drop the user. So drop user, here is our user demo at localhost and hit enter. So our user has been deleted now. Now if you try to see the privileges, because this user isn't exist, you will not see any privileges that has been granted to him. I hope that this tutorial was helpful to you. It is little long, but yes, I tried to provide rest of my knowledge. If it is helpful to you, then please like the video, subscribe the channel and share it with your friends. Thank you for watching it. Have a nice time. Happy coding.